It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show. It is our mission, our duty, to try to bring you some news and information that you could use. Today is no exception to that rule. You can follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our website is obnradio.com. And if you want your smart speaker to play the latest episodes or any past episodes of the Mike Prince Show, simply say, hey, play the latest episodes of the Mike Prince Show. And with all that being said, let us jump into today's episode. Well, we know that the Panthers will be in action on the hardwood, both men and women, tonight. The women will be taking on Southeast Louisiana, and the men will be taking on UCLA. So we're wishing the Panthers well on that. As I begin to break down all the latest movements and potential movements of the hires for the Southwestern Athletic Conference, we know there are 4 football openings. There are sports information director openings going across the conference. And it made me wonder about the structure of athletics within the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Of course, college football is somewhat rinse, wash, and repeat across the gamut, but I want to focus in on the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We know that all budgets are not the same, and if you did a roundabout average of the budgets that make up the Southwestern Athletic Conference, it would find you kind of gauging in the area of $10 to $12 million when you count them all up. Some, of course, going to be on the plus side and some on the negative side. And with that being said, how can you have the consistency needed for your conference to run like a fine-oiled machine? And there are going to have to be some things that are going to be the same at the larger budget schools down to the smaller budget schools. And when you break this down, how do you compare the apples to apples and the oranges to oranges? And it's tricky, but it could be done. When it comes to the athletic scholarships available, that can get a bit gray because some might have a little bit more in the cookie jar compared to others. But when it comes to the operational functions of the athletic departments, I think that's where you can or should have equal grounds. What am I trying to say? Of course, we know that every athletic department is going to need an athletic director. What do you pay that athletic director? What's the upper tier pay and the bottom tier pay in comparison of the Southwestern Athletic Conference? I'm not concerned about any other conference right now, only the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And when you look at your athletic director's role and what they have to do and how they have to get things done, they are the negotiator, they are the planner, they are the fundraiser. And I think you could have a base pay for your athletic directors and maybe some type of system rewards for what type of funding they draw in. That's just kind of the salesman in me approach when it comes to that. So you could have a base of, let's just say, anywhere between $100,000, $150,000 with bonuses to, not to exceed $200,000, $250,000, depending on what that particular athletic director raised. That may or may not make any sense. When you move down the scale, you have your SWAs, which are your quote-unquote women athletic director or women's sports athletic directors. Those roles different upon location, which could be the same. If you had a guideline, if you would, to go across, so that pay structure or whatever, and once again, they being the female director of athletics, they too should be merited upon any fundraising that they bring as part of their bonus structure, but have a base pay. And I'm just going to say to range anywhere between $85,000 and $105,000 a year. These are just numbers. Don't ask me where these numbers come from. I'm just pulling them magically out of the air. So now, when you're going through this structure, and here we get to the area of what I'm calling the unsung heroes. These people are responsible for the face of the athletic department. They are the pulse of the athletic department, and those are your sports information directors. Now, depend on where you are again, the pay base is going to fluctuate. There are assistants who are paid anywhere between $30,000 to $40,000 a year, and the lead person gets anywhere between $42,000 to $50,000 a year. Well, in this imaginary perfect athletic world of Mike Prince, I'm thinking that maybe your top SID, Sports Information Director, could have a base of $60,000 and maybe not to exceed $72,000 range. These are just numbers. I don't know where these numbers are coming from. Maybe I had a good night's sleep. I don't know. But when you get that, but here's where the gap will be closed. Each school that makes up the Southwestern Athletic Conference has a minimum of 14 sports. There is no way on God's green earth that one person can handle 14 to 18 sports effectively. Let me say that again. There's no way that that person can handle 14 to 18 sports effectively. I think there should be some type of mandate that if you're going to be in the FCS Division I structure, you should have a minimum of 2 full-time sports information directors. And you could divvy that thing up. We know in the fall, football is king. And in that winter/spring sport, basketball becomes the top priority, then your baseball, softball. Between 2 people, you could balance the workload effectively with 2 people, not one. We're in an entirely new era from when I played in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We're in the video world. We're in the social media world. We're in the here I am in your face world right now. And you're going to have, as they say, big hand, little hand, service around the clock. And one person carrying that load is not going to get it. Just like everything else is adjusting, we got multiple uniforms. We have multiple coaches and coaching staffs. We pull the coaches out of the classrooms so they can focus and be experts on their deal. Let's help out the SIDs. Let's make it an even playing field for your SIDs, your SWAs, and your athletic directors. And let's see how far we can get down the road. I would love to get your feedback on what you think about this particular topic. I could be right, I could be wrong, or I could be somewhere in the middle. You let me know what you guys think. We're still working on some things as the countdown to kickoff for the Celebration Bowl gets closer. Jackson State or North Carolina Central? We did a little poll on our Twitter feed at the Mike Prince Show, and 60% of you guys are believing that North Carolina Central will be victorious over Jackson State. We shall see. But for right now, I am going to exit stage left. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you guys so much for joining in with us. Do follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And don't forget to visit our website at obnradio.com. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.